How many times have you put your happiness, priorities, or even your self-respect on the back burner just to chase someone's approval or attention? It's like your entire sense of self-worth gets tied up in how they feel about you, and when things don't go your way, you're left exhausted, overthinking every word, every action, and every possible mistake. This mindset isn't just tiring, it's dangerous. The more you care about what they think, the more power you hand over to them. Here's a brutal truth. The harder you try to win someone over, the less they respect you. Respect isn't born from desperation. It's born from boundaries and self-respect. Imagine you're pouring your energy, emotions, and time into a bucket with holes. No matter how much you give, it's never enough. Eventually, you're left empty, questioning your worth and wondering what went wrong. But here's the thing. The problem was never you. The real problem was where you placed your focus. That stops today. In this video, I'm going to show you how to escape this toxic cycle, not by shutting down or becoming bitter, but by embracing indifference. Indifference isn't about pretending not to care. It's about knowing what's worth your care. It's about reclaiming your time, energy, and emotions, and putting them where they truly matter. This approach is rooted in Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches emotional resilience and clarity. Stoics understood that you can't control how others feel or act, but you can control your response. When you shift your energy back to yourself, you'll stop being a prisoner to someone else's opinion. Instead, you'll find freedom, peace, and power. Think of yourself as a magnet. The more you chase, the weaker your pull becomes. But when you stand still, rooted in your values and self-respect, you naturally draw the right people and opportunities toward you. That's the magic of indifference. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to let go of the people who drain you, regain your self-worth, and step into the life you deserve. And here's the best part. Something incredible happens when you stop caring. When you pull your energy back, it creates a shift so powerful that even they will feel it. They'll wonder why their hold on you is gone. They'll see you in a whole new light. So, stay with me till the end of this video. I have a question for you, a question that will change the way you think about relationships and self-respect forever. You don't want to miss it. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another powerful insight. And as you're watching, drop an affirmation comment, I choose freedom. I'll be reading and replying to your comments because your journey matters, and this community is here to grow together. Now, let's take back your power. Let's dive in. 1. Chase your dreams, not people. If your thoughts are constantly consumed by someone else, what they're doing, what they're thinking, or how you can win their attention, you're not just wasting time, you're losing yourself. Picture this. You're pouring all your energy into a bottomless pit, expecting fulfillment to magically appear. It won't. Instead, it's time to redirect that energy inward. Shift your focus to your goals, your ambitions, and the life you're meant to build. Ask yourself, am I working toward something that sets my soul on fire? Maybe it's starting a business, pursuing a passion, or growing into the best version of yourself. That's where your focus should be, not on whether someone notices or validates you. Now, imagine someone who spends every waking moment chasing after another person. They're always available, checking their phone obsessively, cancelling plans with friends on the off chance they might get a call. What does that scream to others? Desperation, a lack of self-respect. And let's be honest, It's not attractive. But picture this instead. Someone so consumed by their own mission that they don't have time to chase anyone. They're busy building a life full of purpose and passion, living with intention and confidence. That person doesn't need to seek attention because they've become the kind of individual others are drawn to naturally. Their purpose shines so brightly that people can't help but notice. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When your thoughts are consumed with someone else, you lose your essence. But when your mind is focused on growth, ambition, and fulfillment, you become unstoppable. Here's the paradox. The less you care, the more others care about you. It's almost like a magnetic pull. Why? Because confidence and independence are irresistible. You're no longer searching for someone to complete you. You're already whole. This self-assuredness is intoxicating to those around you. So stop asking, "Why don't they notice me?" Start asking, "Why am I not giving myself the attention I deserve?" Live with purpose and let the world revolve around your orbit. Build a life so fulfilling that people naturally want to be part of it. That's the Stoic mindset: discipline, purpose, and self-respect. And when you embody this, you won't just stop caring about them, they'll start caring about you. That's the paradox. That's the power. 2. Water off a duck's back. The art of letting go. Let's dig into this idea of indifference, not as just a mindset, but as a way to reclaim your freedom and power. Indifference doesn't mean you stop caring about everything or everyone. Instead, it's about detaching your sense of self-worth from things beyond your control, especially how someone else reacts to you. It's understanding that your value isn't tied to their attention, approval, or presence in your life. Picture this. You meet someone who genuinely sparks your interest. You send a text, they reply. Encouraged, you send another, but this time, silence. Hours pass, maybe even a day. Your mind spirals. Did I say something wrong? Are they losing interest? Should I send another text or wait? This internal chaos is the trap that steals your peace and hands over your power. It's a mental prison, and the key to escaping it lies in indifference. Here's a harsh truth. The more you chase, the more desperate you appear. Desperation isn't just unattractive. It chips away at your self-respect. Think of desperation as quicksand. The more you flail, the deeper you sink. Now imagine a different version of yourself, one who sends the text and doesn't agonize over the response. If they reply, great. If they don't, it's not a big deal. You move forward, focused on things that truly matter, your goals, passions, and growth. That's the essence of indifference in action. Indifference isn't about being rude or callous. It's about taking back control. Stoic philosopher Epictetus said it best. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Their decision to respond or not respond is completely outside your control. What's within your control is how you handle it. Do you let it ruin your mood and occupy your thoughts, or do you shrug it off like water off a duck's back? Imagine this metaphor. You're a rock in the middle of a rushing stream. The water flows over you, but you remain unshaken, rooted in place. That's what indifference feels like. Life's events, like the stream, keep moving, but they don't erode your core. Let's take rejection as an example. You ask someone out, and they say no. Someone without this mindset might take it personally, feel crushed, or obsess over trying to change their mind. But someone who's embraced indifference sees it differently. Their response isn't a reflection of your worth. It's simply their choice. Rejection isn't failure. It's a filter, helping you focus on what aligns with your life. Here's the paradox. When you stop needing validation, you become more attractive. Confidence and self-respect are magnetic. When you're no longer chasing their approval, you radiate an energy that draws people toward you. It's the same principle as trying to hold water in your hands. The harder you squeeze, the faster it slips away. But when you let go, the water stays. At this point, you might wonder, doesn't letting go mean I stop trying? Won't they think I don't care? The truth is, letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means giving space. When you stop obsessing, you show that your value comes from within, not from their acknowledgement. You're not cold or detached. You're in control of your emotions. Think of indifference as emotional armor. It doesn't mean you're invincible to pain, but it protects you from wounds that don't deserve to pierce your confidence. You're no longer tethered to the whims of someone else. You're free to focus on what truly matters: your purpose, your growth, and your peace of mind. The next time you're tempted to overthink or overanalyze, remind yourself, their actions don't define me. My worth isn't up for debate. Repeat this as an affirmation if you need to. My value is not determined by anyone else. It's simple, powerful, and true. Before we move forward, let me ask you, have you ever let go of the need for someone's validation? Did it change the way you felt, or even the way they treated you? Share your experience in the comments below, or if you're not sure what to say, just type, I reclaim my power. Let that be your declaration. And don't forget, if this message resonates with you, make sure to subscribe to this channel, like the video, and turn on the bell icon. Your growth is what drives this community, and your insights could be exactly what someone else needs to hear. Let's dive into the next step of mastering your mindset and living with unshakable confidence. Your future self is already thanking you. 3. Embrace abundance, not obsession. There are over 8 billion people in the world, each carrying unique stories, qualities, and energy. So why, out of this endless sea of possibilities, would you fixate on one person who doesn't reciprocate your effort, energy, or value? It's like standing on a vast beach but obsessing over a single grain of sand. The truth is simple yet profound. When you cling to something that isn't meant for you, you block yourself from discovering what could be. We've been conditioned by movies, society, and even our own insecurities to believe in the concept of the one. The idea that our happiness is tied to a single person who will complete us. But this mindset is a trap. It convinces you that your worth hinges on someone else's approval or affection, turning your happiness into a fragile thing that depends on external forces. This scarcity mentality blinds you to the abundance surrounding you. The Stoics understood this. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great philosophers, often reminded himself to see life through the lens of the vast universe. Your problems, your heartbreaks, your rejections, they're just small blips in the grand scheme of things. Think about it. The person you're losing sleep over is one star in a galaxy. And you are the entire sky. No single star defines the night. When you embrace this perspective, something incredible happens. You stop attaching your self-worth to someone else's actions. You stop believing that their opinion of you determines your value. Instead, you start seeing rejection for what it truly is, a redirection. It's the universe clearing space for something better. After all, you wouldn't cling to a closed door when there's an open one just waiting for you to walk through it. Imagine this metaphor. Chasing someone who doesn't want you is like swimming against a current. No matter how hard you try, you're exhausting yourself while moving nowhere. But when you let go and flow with the current, you'll discover calm waters, new horizons, and a path that's meant for you. Abundance is about trusting that life has more to offer than what's immediately in front of you. It's natural to wonder, does letting go mean I'm giving up? Not at all. Letting go isn't about quitting. It's about making room. Room for people who value you, for experiences that uplift you, and for growth that strengthens you. When you stop chasing someone who doesn't appreciate you, you're not losing, you're reclaiming. You're taking back the energy you've been pouring into a one-sided effort and investing it into yourself. The irony is that when you shift your focus inward, everything changes. Confidence isn't something you chase, it's something you cultivate. And that confidence, it's magnetic. It draws the right people into your life, not because you begged for their attention, but because they're naturally drawn to your energy, your peace, and your purpose. Think of it this way. Someone with an abundance mindset is like a lighthouse. They don't chase after ships. They simply stand tall, shining brightly, guiding the right ones to their shores. That's the power of embracing abundance. You no longer feel the need to beg for love or validation because you've realized your worth doesn't come from someone else. It comes from within. If you're tempted to obsess over someone who's pulling away or uninterested, pause. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself, I am enough. Your worth doesn't rise or fall based on someone else's attention. The world is full of possibilities. People who will recognize your value without hesitation, without games, without needing to be convinced. Focus on your growth, your peace, and your purpose. When you carry yourself with the understanding that you are whole, that you are complete, the right people will naturally be drawn to you. And that's the beauty of abundance. You stop chasing and start living. You stop begging and start attracting. In this mindset, you become the sky, limitless, vast, and full of potential, and no one star could ever define you. 4. The hidden gift of rejection. Rejection stings, doesn't it? That sharp pang of disappointment, the creeping doubt, and the heavy feeling of not being enough. It cuts deep. It feels personal, like an attack on your worth. But here's the truth. Rejection isn't the end of the road. It's a detour, a redirection to something better. It's not a wall stopping your progress. It's a sign pointing you toward a new path. Think of rejection as life's way of clearing the clutter, removing what's not meant for you so you can find what truly aligns with your purpose. It's like pruning a tree. Cutting away dead branches may seem harsh, but it's necessary for new growth. The same goes for relationships and opportunities. Rejection clears the way for something more meaningful, even if you can't see it yet. Imagine this. You're on a journey, and rejection is just a blocked road. It's not the journey failing you, it's the map offering a better route. Perhaps the path you were on was filled with obstacles you couldn't yet see, or maybe it wasn't leading to the destination you truly deserve. Life, in its infinite wisdom, often redirects us to roads with fewer roadblocks and richer opportunities. It's not about the closed door, it's about the open one waiting just ahead. The Stoics understood this well. Marcus Aurelius urged us to see life from a broader perspective, to zoom out and understand that no single moment defines us. That person who rejected you, they're just one star in a vast galaxy, while you are the entire sky. No one star holds the power to dim your light. Epictetus captured it perfectly when he said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Rejection is just an event. Your reaction is where your power lies. Picture yourself as an artist crafting a masterpiece, your life. Would you waste time trying to convince someone who doesn't appreciate your work to see its value? Or would you keep creating, knowing that the right people will see its beauty without needing to be persuaded? The answer is clear. True worth doesn't need to be sold. It speaks for itself. Now imagine walking through a sprawling garden, abundant with flowers of every kind. You reach for one, but its petals wither in your hands. Do you stop, mourning that single flower? Or do you keep moving, knowing the garden is vast and full of vibrant blooms waiting for you? Life is that garden, and rejection is simply a nudge to explore further. Rejection also serves as a mirror, reflecting not just their decision, but also a call for self-reflection. Maybe it's a reminder to refocus on yourself, to pour energy into your growth, your passions, and your purpose. The universe isn't telling you to give up, it's telling you to gear up. Each rejection is an invitation to strengthen your foundation, to build a life so rich and fulfilling that you no longer need external validation. Here's the paradox. The moment you stop chasing validation, you become magnetic. When you focus inward on your own happiness and goals, something extraordinary happens. The same people who once dismissed you may begin to notice your glow, wondering how they let you slip away. But by then, you'll have moved on, too busy building a life that fulfills you to care about their change of heart. Rejection isn't personal, it's alignment. It's the universe saying, not here, not this. And that's okay, because the right opportunities and people won't need convincing. They'll recognize your worth without hesitation, drawn to the self-assurance and peace you radiate. You might wonder, does this mean rejection won't hurt anymore? Not quite. Rejection will always sting, but its power over you diminishes when you reframe it. Instead of seeing it as failure, see it as clarity, a sign that what you thought you wanted wasn't what you needed. It's like being handed a compass that guides you away from dead ends and toward open horizons. Let rejection be your teacher. Every no you hear sharpens your understanding of what you truly deserve. It's a reminder that you're not meant to fit into places or relationships that don't honor your value. Like water flowing around a rock, you adapt, move forward, and find a path that's meant for you. So, the next time rejection knocks the wind out of you, take a moment, breathe deeply, and remind yourself, this isn't my defeat, it's my liberation. Rejection doesn't diminish you, it refines you. It redirects your energy from chasing what isn't meant to be toward embracing what is. And in doing so, it frees you to become the best version of yourself. Because the truth is, the right people won't need proof of your worth. They'll see it, they'll feel it. And when they do, you'll know that every closed door was simply leading you closer to the open one waiting for you. Keep walking, keep growing, and let rejection light the way to something greater. 5. The source of joy. It's always been you. Be honest. How much of your time, energy, and mental space is consumed by thoughts of someone else? How often do you replay conversations, wonder if they like you, or stress over why they haven't texted back? It's draining, isn't it? But here's a truth you need to hear. This isn't about them. It's about you. It's about where you're placing your focus and the mindset you've allowed to take hold. Let me say this clearly. Stop expecting anyone to complete you. Stop making them the source of your happiness. Happiness doesn't come from another person. It starts and ends with you. When you rely on someone else for validation, you're handing them the keys to your emotional well-being, hoping they'll treat it with care. But that's not their job. It's yours. Imagine someone who spends every waking moment chasing approval. They send flowers, text good morning every day, and bend over backward to meet expectations they think will earn them love. For a while they might get a positive response, but eventually it becomes too much. The neediness, the constant pursuit, the lack of personal direction. They've lost themselves, and the lack of confidence becomes unattractive. Now, contrast that with someone who's focused on their passions, whether it's building a business, pursuing fitness goals, or exploring the world. Their life doesn't revolve around anyone else. They're the center of their own universe. When they meet someone, that person becomes a complement to their life, not the core of it. That kind of independence is magnetic because it's rooted in self-assurance. They aren't chasing anyone, they're simply living. Think of it this way: you're the captain of a ship, steering through the vast ocean of life. Someone else's presence, be it the person you're interested in or anyone else, is like the wind. They might help push you forward, but they should never take the wheel. The course of your ship, the direction it moves, is determined by you. Here's the paradox. The moment you stop needing someone else to make you happy, you become more attractive. Why? Because confidence and independence draw people in. When you stop chasing, you shift your focus inward, and something remarkable happens. You grow. You become stronger, more centered and more at peace. Suddenly, their validation doesn't hold as much weight. You don't need it anymore because you've built a foundation within yourself. At this point, you might wonder, doesn't this mean I stop caring? Won't I come across as cold? Not at all. This isn't about becoming detached or indifferent. It's about balance. You can value connection without making it the source of your worth. You can enjoy companionship without handing over control of your happiness. When you build a life rooted in purpose and self-respect, relationships become additions, not necessities. Think of happiness like a fire. If you rely on someone else to light it for you, you'll always be at their mercy. But when you learn to ignite that flame within yourself, no one can take it away. And here's the thing about fire. It's visible. Others can see it, feel its warmth, and are naturally drawn to it. But the fire isn't for them. It's for you. This isn't easy. You've been conditioned to believe that love and validation come from external sources. But the truth is, the strongest relationships come from two whole people who don't they choose each other. And that choice is what makes the connection meaningful. When you catch yourself spiraling, waiting for a text, overanalyzing their actions, or feeling rejected, pause. Ask yourself, am I giving away my power? Take that energy and redirect it inward. Start that project you've been putting off. Hit the gym. Learn a skill you've always wanted to master. Invest in yourself, because you're the one constant in your life. As the Stoics teach, he who depends on himself is happiest. True happiness isn't found in someone else's opinion or actions. It's built within, brick by brick, through your own efforts and choices. And when you create a life that excites you, you'll realize something profound. You don't need anyone else to make you feel whole. You already are. This is the freedom you've been searching for, the peace that comes when you take ownership of your joy. It's not out there, waiting to be found in someone else. It's been within you all along. Build that life, ignite that fire, and watch as everything else falls into place. 6. The gift of the present. Break free from the past and future. How often do you find yourself stuck in an endless loop, replaying past mistakes or worrying about future interactions that haven't even happened? You sit there, dissecting every conversation, obsessing over every text, and imagining all the ways things might go wrong. It's as if you believe that by overthinking, you'll somehow fix what went wrong or control what's yet to come. Let me stop you right there. That mental spiral is draining your energy, stealing your peace, and keeping you trapped in unnecessary stress. And the worst part, the only person suffering is you. She's not losing sleep over you, but you. You're losing your time, your sanity, and your sense of self over her. Why? For what? Here's the irony. The more you fixate, the less attractive you become, not just to her, but to everyone. Obsession and neediness strip away the confidence and calmness that make a person truly magnetic. It's like trying to grip water. The tighter you hold, the faster it slips through your fingers. The Stoics knew the key to freedom lies in the present moment. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The past is untouchable. No matter how much you analyze it, you can't change it. The future is unknowable. No matter how much you worry, it remains uncertain. But the present, that's where your power lies. That's where life happens. Picture this. You're sitting alone, scrolling through old texts, trying to decode hidden meanings in her words. Or maybe you're lying awake at night, consumed by thoughts of what she's doing or why she hasn't reached out. Meanwhile, life is passing you by, opportunities to grow, to connect, to improve yourself. But you're blind to it because you've let someone take up space in your mind rent-free. Ask yourself, why am I giving my peace of mind to someone who doesn't value it? Living in the present is how you free yourself from this mental prison. Imagine sitting in a quiet cafe, holding a warm cup of coffee. Instead of obsessing over her, you focus on the aroma of the coffee, the warmth of the cup, the sunlight streaming through the window, and the hum of life around you. That moment, this moment, is real. That's where your focus should be. You might wonder, but won't ignoring the past or future make me careless? Not at all. Living in the present isn't about ignoring what's important. It's about prioritizing what's real. The past has lessons, but you can't rewrite it. The future deserves preparation, but not obsession. The present is where you act, grow, and reclaim your peace. Think of your mind as a garden. If you fill it with weeds of regret and anxiety, there's no room for growth. But if you focus on nurturing the present, the garden flourishes. Life opens up, and you start noticing how much time you've wasted on people and situations that didn't deserve it. Imagine this: a man so caught up in his past mistakes and future fears that he forgets to live. He's trapped, weighed down by things he can't control. Now, contrast that with someone grounded in the present, working on their growth, enjoying the moment, and valuing their time. Which man do you think exudes confidence and peace? Which man attracts others effortlessly? The answer is clear. When you embrace the power of now, you stop chasing validation from people who don't prioritize you. You focus on yourself, on taking that walk, meditating, learning a new skill, or working on your goals. You realize the past is dead and the future is unwritten, but this moment is yours. This is where your freedom begins. And here's the paradox. When you stop chasing, you become the person others notice. Living in the present gives you an aura of calm confidence that draws people in. You're no longer a prisoner of regret or fear. You're the master of your moment. So, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what can I do right now to make my life better? That's the power of the present. It's the gift you've been ignoring while chasing ghosts of the past and shadows of the future. But now you see it for what it is, the only moment that matters. The moment where you rebuild your peace, reclaim your power, and move forward, fully grounded in the life you're creating. 7. Stronger together. Build your circle. Find your power. Let's be real. One of the biggest mistakes people make is pouring their energy, time, and emotions into someone who doesn't appreciate or reciprocate it. If you want to break free from this cycle, there's a powerful solution. Build your circle, your community, your tribe. A strong network of people who inspire, challenge, and support you can transform your life in ways you might not expect. This isn't just about having people to hang out with. It's about surrounding yourself with those who push you to grow, hold you accountable, and remind you of your worth when you lose sight of it. Even the ancient Stoics understood this. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest philosophers, wrote about how we are all part of a greater whole and how collaboration makes us stronger. Seneca emphasized shared wisdom, the idea that learning from others is one of the fastest paths to growth. Think of it like this. When you're part of a strong circle, you're no longer navigating life alone. When tough moments hit, whether it's being ghosted, going through a breakup, or dealing with rejection, you won't spiral into overthinking or despair. Your people will catch you, call you out when you're stuck in self-doubt, and redirect your energy toward things that truly matter. Imagine you're feeling low because someone didn't respond the way you'd hoped. On your own, you might spend hours scrolling through their social media, dissecting every interaction, and replaying moments in your head. But with a solid tribe, that changes. One friend reminds you of your goals. Another challenges you to get back to the gym or focus on your passions. Another pulls you into a shared project or simply brings laughter back into your day. With that kind of support, you start to see the bigger picture. Rejection becomes a small blip in the grand scheme of your life. The Stoics believed in focusing on what you can control, your mindset, your actions, and the company you keep. A strong community helps you live this out. They keep you grounded, remind you of your worth, and encourage you to put your energy into things that elevate you instead of dragging you down. Here's the truth. When you spend too much time caring about someone who doesn't reciprocate your effort, you're neglecting your own growth. You're letting external factors like approval or rejection dictate your self-worth. But when you invest in a circle of people who inspire you, you shift that energy inward. You stop seeking validation from others and start building confidence from within. Think of your tribe as your anchor. When life throws its challenges your way, they keep you steady. They don't let you settle for mediocrity or wallow in disappointment. Instead, they challenge you to rise, to grow, and to see your potential for what it truly is. This isn't about shutting anyone out of your life. It's about freeing yourself from the need to put others on a pedestal. Imagine this. You're building a house. The foundation is your self-respect, your purpose, and your growth. Your tribe is the scaffolding that helps you reach new heights. The stronger the foundation and scaffolding, the more unshakable your house becomes. And here's the irony. When you stop placing so much importance on others' opinions, you start attracting the right people into your life. They see your strength, your independence, and your focus, and they're drawn to it. So, ask yourself, who do you surround yourself with? Are they helping you grow, or are they holding you back? Start building that circle now. Find people who push you to be better, who celebrate your wins, and who won't let you settle for anything less than your full potential. When you have that kind of support system, you realize you don't need validation from anyone else to feel fulfilled. And that's when the real power kicks in. You stop chasing and you start attracting. You become someone who doesn't just survive, but thrives, surrounded by those who bring out the best in you. That's where true strength lies. 8. Eyes on the path, finding power in the present. Let's talk about a trap so many fall into, becoming obsessed with outcomes. When it comes to relationships, it's easy to get caught up in waiting for answers. Will they reply to your text? Will they say yes to a date? Will things turn into something more serious? And when the answers don't match your hopes, you spiral, overanalyzing, questioning, and doubting your worth. It's an exhausting cycle, isn't it? The problem isn't rejection itself, it's tying your happiness and self-worth to something outside of your control. It's like handing the keys to your inner peace to someone else, hoping they handle it with care. But they're not responsible for your peace. You are. The moment you base your happiness on their actions, you've already lost. Why? Because none of it is truly yours to control. This is where Stoicism becomes a game changer. The Stoics teach us a profound truth. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. As Seneca said, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Imagine living your life free from that anxious dependence, not waiting for their text or their validation to feel worthy. That's what freedom feels like, and it starts with a mindset shift. Think of life as a hike through a dense, beautiful forest. If all you focus on is the distant mountain peak, you'll miss the vibrant flowers, the calming streams, and the crisp air along the way. You'll trip on roots, stumble over rocks, and grow frustrated because the summit feels too far. But when you focus on the path beneath your feet, on each step, you find joy in the journey, not just the destination. Here's the truth. Chasing outcomes steals your energy. Instead, pour that energy into what you can control, yourself. Work on your growth, your health, your passions, and your purpose. Not because you're trying to impress anyone, but because you deserve to become the best version of yourself. This isn't about trying to win someone back or proving your worth. It's about building a life you're proud of, no matter who's watching. Some might wonder, doesn't this mean I stop caring? Won't I become cold and detached? Not at all. This isn't about shutting off emotions or avoiding relationships. It's about changing your perspective. You can value relationships without letting them define you. You can enjoy connection without making it the foundation of your self-worth. Imagine yourself as a tree, rooted, steady, and resilient. When storms come, the wind may shake your branches, but your roots keep you grounded. That's what happens when you focus on the journey instead of the outcome. You stop needing external validation to stand tall because your strength comes from within. And here's the paradox. When you stop obsessing over how things will turn out, you become more attractive. That inner confidence, that sense of purpose, it's magnetic. People are drawn to those who know their worth and don't seek it from others. But remember, you're not doing this for them. You're doing it for yourself. So the next time you find yourself spiraling because something didn't go as planned, pause. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, am I focusing on what I can control? Am I investing in my growth, or am I giving my energy to someone who may not value it? These moments of reflection are powerful. They remind you that your peace of mind is yours to protect. The Stoics didn't deny emotions. They embraced them, but they also mastered their emotions instead of letting their emotions master them. And when you learn this balance, you discover a strength, no rejection, no silence, and no uncertainty can ever shake. That's the kind of power you carry when your eyes are on the path and your focus is on the journey.